Jaws clamped to the steering wheel again with the gooseneck attached and then the bicycle accessory attached, holding up this camera phone so I could do another vlog in this cold weather, about 37 degrees and windy, so the wind chill is bringing it down. And you know, I should probably clip that silly little hair that's hanging out. I'm gonna get rid of that. Whoops, I can't quite. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I got little hairs sometimes that stick out that I just neglect. Look at that, little hairs I need to just get rid of. I gotta use, I'm pretty much long enough to cut. I'm at the 2 knuckle, so I just kind of cut that. You beg for a blue wrench back? That's cool. Blue wrenches. You gotta color code your wrenches. Then you can just kind of judge it by the size. Maybe start with like a different kinds of blues for the smaller ones, and then different shades of blues that transform into reds as they get bigger. Maybe some kind of color coding like that. Hey, there's Kevin. You see that you're not a moderator. I'm still trying to decide. I asked you why you use a crow or a peacock for your picture on your when I emailed you. So today's a very tired day too. It's partly I'm tired because it's cold. Cold makes me sleep. Cold is like extra weight. It's like being on Jupiter or something. It's like warmer days I feel like I'm more on the moon, and cooler days I'm more on the. Oh yeah, I guess Evan. Oh, maybe I never gave Evan the moderator status. That's only for the cop channel. Well, I'll have to work on that. I just need to get links. It's not exactly easy. You actually, if you put a message below after this video, then I could click through that link on the comment section, but I can't click through the chat section to people's channels. So today is a cold, and I guess it's going to be a lazy day today. It's starting out pretty early to be quite lazy, and I'm not really, I don't have any plans. It's pretty much watching YouTube videos, going to Instagram, going to Reddit, going to 9gag, even going to TikTok, because they have quite a mix. It's really interesting. It's either really sexy stuff or really disturbing stuff. It's not on the same extreme as 4chan, but the mix is there. You got sexy stuff, and then it's like a couple sexy things, and all of a sudden there's something disturbing, like some dead body. They just love to do that. They love to do that on 4chan too, but much more extreme, really pushing the boundaries on 4chan. TikTok, not so much. They actually have guidelines. Yeah, TikTok drives me kind of nuts, but I mean, with all this spare time, I turn to it a little more often. Just for something else, because I get tired of Reddit. And yeah, I'm looking at TikTok. There's older people on there. It's not just a bunch of teenagers jumping around to music. I mean, you got Arnold Schwarzenegger. He got on. There's some big names who get on. I'm surprised Donald Trump is not on TikTok yet. He's on Instagram. He's on Twitter. He's on Facebook. He's on YouTube. But I haven't seen him on TikTok. You know, that would be something that he would take the charge on too. Who's going to be the first? Who's going to be the first president to have a TikTok account? That's something to ask right now in this modern time. But who knows how the landscape of social media will change in the future. Just working with what it's at right now. So I overtrained the past 2 days because I was enjoying it, and my arms, pretty much I overtrained my arms and worked them way too much. For my age, I don't recover very fast. Not like in my younger years, I think. I think I probably I'd feel more recovered if I was in my 20s than I am now. All right, I pushed my boundaries too far yesterday. It was not good, but I really enjoyed it too. I enjoyed it at the time. But then, last night I just I went to sleep and I could barely squeeze my hands because I worked my forearms so hard. I barely lift my arms because my biceps are so tired. I worked them so hard. And it's partly there's a couple of issues how I think I got to this point where I think I overtrained. I'm pretty sure. I guess take a break. Yeah, I need to take a. Oh, I read that. All right, I'm just not getting. Not getting. You're not gonna be able to hear me if I wear a mask. People wear masks a lot around here. I should take. I'd be interested in taking Sean Pratt Reed's audiobook. Never heard of the person. Maybe they got. Oh, Trish. Well, if they got a good voice, there's some people who just have voices that really pull you into whatever they're talking about. It's amazing. They're just they either were born with it or they have good practice. It's probably a little of both. And oh my God, you pay $63 for a book on Audible. Um, so yeah, I think I want to explain why I overtrained. It's kind of weird. Not many people can relate to it, so that's fine. I'm doing things differently, and I mean, there's always more than one way to approach a challenge. So 2 days ago, I bought a few days. Oh, where is it? It's in the bag. All right, I gotta get my. Oh no, it's not heavy. Oh, it is in here. All right, just a light chain. I kind of want to get a bigger chain, but I'm so tired now. I got this chain a few days ago, 10 feet. I was gonna get a custom cut chain at the Lowe's, but they stopped the service because of Corona. They took the cutting machine away from all those chains, the extended length chains. Homeless buying it. There you go. Keep buying. Water, a short story on water. There's a lot to learn about water. So I could only buy the static, the pre-cut stuff, which is 10 feet long. I only wanted like 3 feet because all I wanted was enough chain to attach my 45-pound weight. Good morning, my 45-pound weight and my 25-pound weight together. That's all I wanted enough chain for. All right, that's all I got the chain for was that. Or I was planning on getting it for that, but they stopped the cutting services at Lowe's because I guess you could transmit cutting. You could transmit Corona on the chains. Then this is zinc coated chain, and I mentioned it before. I like the smell. It's kind of like it's burnt. You have this choice or the stainless steel. The stainless steel is like 3 or 4 times more expensive than the zinc coating. So I got the zinc, about $15 or so. Not cheap. And it's heavier too. Stainless steel is lighter. So I just was like, okay, fine. I want a chain now. So I got it now, and I settled on the 10-foot. So I've been holding on to the chain for a while. Then I start getting new ideas on what else I can do with it. I've already connected the 25 and the 45 for some workouts, and those carrying around 70 pounds for lifting and walking, doing farmer walks is good weight. That got me pretty tired. But then I started realizing that I could do a little bit more with longer chain. And I made a couple of videos of me. Yes, this channel is all about me. Maybe I'll go on to my Cop channel and talk about current events with the news and try to leave it less about me. But yeah, this channel is about me. That's why I put my name. Wanted to ask where you got the copper cup. Yeah, where did I get my copper cups, huh? I stole one from a museum, a copper museum. They're not going to miss it. They got enough. I bought one in an auction, on an online auction. This one, and then I got my third one somewhere. I got three. My third one I barely use. But I bought this one in an auction in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. It's kind of a weird auction where you see everything like in a building. It's like the most amazing. Oh, I got disconnected. They got all this old stuff laid out, and and you just look at it. You can handle it. You can touch it. Like old GI Joe stuff, old furniture, old things you never seen before, tools and crafty things, and they're some lumped together, but you could walk around just like a huge, bigger than a basketball court, not much bigger. You can walk around and just look at all this amazing used stuff that came out of people's homes that they want to sell online, and that's the only way they could sell it. They have it presented for you to show up, look at it, handle it, and then you're like, okay, I'd like this right here. I kind of have to buy these other things with it, but I get like the reference number for that little area, and then go online to their website, this auctioneer website thing, and then make my bids. And I started making bids, and then of course towards the end, like eBay is, and this isn't eBay, there's all kinds of auctions, but you got people bidding at the last minute. And I don't know how much I paid. It was a few years ago. It was when I was really into copper. I'm into copper. I love copper. But when I started learning about copper and learning about copper cup health, from some Indian guru, whatever you got Chinese medicine, you got the Indian medicine, whatever that's called, and I just I had the highest bid and bought this copper cup, made of brass. Got a brass. I tied this on a few months ago. A brass handle, and it works pretty good. I need to figure out how to clean copper a little bit better. I think I might like to get some vinegar and put it in there, and so I have it, because I want to be most exposed to the surface whenever I drink. It's this dirt cakes over the properties of copper, and I'm not taking in the properties as well. I'm only getting splotchy exposure when I put water in there, when I put tomato sauce. So yeah, copper cups. I recommend everyone have a copper cup. And I think it was pretty common back in the pioneer days. They had copper tubs. You look at I was in St. George, not Idaho, Utah, St. George, Utah, and looking at the summer home of a famous Mormon leader. Yeah, my brain isn't working so good. The summer home of Brigham Young, and we get to take a free tour around that house in St. George. That's a summer home, just South Utah, and then he goes back to Salt Lake City in the summer. So I mean, a winter home, in wagon, and you could tour his house, his old house, and he had a copper tub for washing, like big copper tub, all entirely made of copper. I mean, there was a copper age. You had Stone Age, Bronze Age, which is pretty much copper, or maybe it went from bronze to copper, and then the Iron Age and all that. There was a period of time where people were exclusively using copper, because copper was just laying around like gold was during the 1849 gold rush. There was copper just laying around. You just pick up off the surface of the ground. People still claim to find copper laying on the ground too. Maybe sometimes it's only a couple inches underneath some soil, which the people have found it with their metal detectors. But yeah, it's something that it's just amazing to me how the landscape changed, where you used to be able to find nuggets just laying in the forest, laying on the surface, or just slightly below if you decide to dig a little hole somewhere. In Michigan, California is the big one. California was the last of the gold rush because of that. That's where like the last of that's where civilization last ended up is the California. But I'm sure they're if they're finding copper around Wisconsin and Michigan, just all of that area, Great Lakes area. I mean, there certainly was probably some gold in some ways, silver, but for mining it, um, you have to they weren't very successful. You had to go into the mountains. Pretty much the Rocky Mountains is a big focus from Canada to Mexico. That string of Rocky Mountains from Canada to Mexico. You got to mine that, and you'll find something. They've found stuff, and they're still in operation today. They're still mining precious metals today. They just have to work a little harder at it. So, yeah, I bought this zinc coated. I'm not sure. It's probably a iron or something inside over under the zinc. I'll find out because I'll probably be chipping away through the zinc soon enough to find out what's in there. It's probably iron that'll get rusty easy. Because I like this chain. It has improved my workouts because I originally attached 2 weight plates, and I think I lost chat. I think chat's gone. Okay, I'm going to the bottom. Oh, I guess it isn't done yet. All right. Anaconda Mining Company. Oh, you're talking Alaska is yeah, they do pan mining on the coast. There's been kind of a mini rush in the late 1900s or maybe early 2000s. No, Copper Country in Wisconsin. Copper Country, Butte, Montana was pretty big on copper. Let's see. You got Phoenix, Arizona. Arizona. I mean, they got. Yeah, I got a bit of a. See, the thing is with zinc, like people say that you need to. There's a difference between the zinc plated chain for health and cleaved or whatever they say, cleaved zinc or whatever the zinc that you can get in pill form for your health. There's a difference between zinc coated and zinc in pills, and it's just the difference between it being like cleaved or something, the zinc being chopped up in some way. But I mean, there's herbs that break down heavy metals. All right, coriander I think is a seed for it. The leaf is. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend eating any burgers. I'd recommend trading having catfish instead. Really, I at the local grocery store. I'm hoping check overtraining condition. Yes, that's a great thought. Tilapia is toilet water fish. I don't. It's so bad. I don't know how people get into it. The only way you can eat it is with something in some way. So, um, zinc. It's not coriander, and I don't. I actually have the herb. There's a herb that breaks down precious metal. Evansville, Indiana. I'm not familiar with that area. I know Indiana it's got quite an amazing population. I haven't thrown that herb out yet, but I kind of plan on it. It's not coriander. I don't eat it a lot though. But I mean, it's not cleave. Cleave isn't the word for it. But it's like there's like a breakdown. There's something that breaks down zinc. And people think the breakdown is done in bluegills. Yeah, you don't they don't sell bluegills. I think you can only eat those if you catch them. The zinc has to be cleaved. I think that you can cleave zinc, but even though it's coated on here, zinc is zinc. In my opinion, isn't it on the periodic metals table? It's like whether it's cleaved or not, it still can be broken down. You could soak this in water and get some zinc properties into your water and consume that. You could use a zinc chain. It's just like It's just like using magnesium. You just magnesium for starting fires. You know, like I think there's magnesium in this, right? Get them fires going. Or magnesium in a pill form. I mean, that's the same thing in my opinion. So I'm exposing myself to a lot of zinc. I mean, if zinc's so good for your health, this zinc will probably kill harmful bacteria and all that good stuff. Leachable, yes. I think zinc, yeah, leachable or cleave. Yeah, I say cleave. There's a better word. There's another word. But I mean, you can extract just, a small amount. They even say that if you use iron pots for cooking, some of that iron will get into your food. It soaks into the water. It may not be a lot, but water, there's that soakability. There's just a small, everything is soakable. Um because nothing lasts forever. So there's different levels of soakability. It could be either cotton candy that is, as soon as you toss it in water, it's no longer visible, or it could be, strong as a metal, where it's just not clear. But I mean, there is a little bit. It changes the taste of water, copper, everything, metal, plastic, all of that changes the taste of water. You could taste the difference. I could smell. I mean, there's a smell coming off, so obviously there's something coming off the chain, where you could smell it, and yeah, I think it'll kill Corona. It'll get it killed. You'll whack myself. Yeah, maybe there's people in chat that do. I don't know. I want to get to know it, but it just depends on the life of the car and the life of my health. Those two main things that help me keep moving along. But baking soda, I don't keep baking soda on me. I tried it for maybe teeth brushing or something. I got the worst problem with in between two back molar teeth. It's like a sewer it develops. It keeps sucking out a sewer. And I try to get in there with floss like I need to every day. Okay, Nate, yep, take it easy. So I bought the zinc coated chain, and yeah, they can't live in oxygen rich environments. Well, I don't know about that. I think viruses, I mean, there would be no viruses on the planet if that was the case. I wonder, like, with this coronavirus, like, can it go through the stomach wall and into the lungs? Is that possible? Because I don't think that's very possible. I think it's just going to work with whatever it comes in contact with, and you if you swallow it, like you eat some food somebody sneezed on, you're not breathing it in. If you don't breathe any in, then it's going into the stomach and you get sick through your stomach. But I don't think that could transfer into the lungs. It's when somebody sneezes in your face and then you're inhaling as they sneeze or cough into your face, and you're inhaling as they coughed, where you get the direct, most extreme contact into your lungs, where it could really coat your lungs and invade everything and cause such a nasty response. But I don't think it can. I don't think it can get into the stomach. It'll make you feel achy and all that. That's the thing. That achiness, though, is your immune response. Um, yeah, I don't really fully ascribe to germ. Okay, I'm okay with germ theory, but the response and how we deal with germs, um, whatever the theory is, I'm not going to agree on 100%. I agree how germs transmit and all that stuff, but how you handle it is a different story, because you don't need some liquid formula that's going to kill it that you need to consume. I mean, you need your body to heal itself rather than relying on a liquid formula or pill forms or whatever. Um, Jaws. So yeah, Corona has this amazing capability to be airborne, and it's very effective in big cities where people are coughing and sneezing the pollution through. So the coronavirus can attach to a pollution. It probably attaches to more than just your lungs. It can attach to pet issues. I don't need a mask. There's plenty of wind out here. Who needs a mask? I'm not going to fight nature. I don't believe nature is something that I need to worry about. When I'm indoors, no, that's an issue. And if somebody wants me to wear a mask, you offer me a mask. You don't just say, "Where is your mask?" Like, why didn't you buy this to join the mask club? I'll be like, you got to give me one if you want me to wear one. I'll consider it. But it's only an indoor issue, in my opinion. I do not have a power inverter. I bought one, but then I bought it, and then I finally read the instructions. I buy the item and then read the instructions after I buy it, but it's Walmart, so it's not that big of a deal. And then I realized that you just can't get enough ampage. You're gonna fry. I'll fry my wires, so I gave that up. It's totally propane. I keep my propane thing right. Yeah, I got this. Keep my propane right here. My Christmas propane. It's a Christmas treat every time I cook. You wear a mask out of your underwear. That's great. Thanks for sharing that. So I bought this chain a few days ago, maybe about a week ago, for the sole purposes of combining my 25-pound plate with, stop breathing, if you don't want corona, because that's the best way to get it. And I would not worry about, people are wearing their masks outside. I just don't, I have like a balance. It's like, it seems so imbalanced to just be totally reliant on a mask inside and outside. I see the coronavirus as being more of a problem inside, even inside cars, but that's more buses. If there's a lot of people, different people, please leave alone the cops. Yeah, scenery. Yeah, there's no scenery. I'm seeing the same thing every day. There's no scenery. There's nothing different. I can't share anything different, that because I'm just at a loss for traveling, and I happen to be right now somewhere that I have really good internet connection 24 hours a day, so I can mess around with this with live streaming and stuff. It's easy access. So this wear the face mask. Yeah. What at all in outdoors and all times. Outdoors is not. I don't understand why they have to close down parks. It seems the way it sounds when you listen to Tucker Carlson talk to the New Jersey governor or New Jersey mayor governor about the reason why he closed the parks down. It's because pretty much it's like a jealousy issue where, okay, these parks are closed, those parks are closed over here, and so now these people are mad about these parks being closed, so we gotta close them all down so that everybody is screwed over. We got to make it equal, and in even, not just have this preference, because then where the parks are. And then he used the excuse, it wasn't so much that these people will be jealous or because other parks are, or because their parks are closed. These people will be jealous because their parks are closed and the parks are on the other side of the tracks are not. It's got to be, it must be a rich person, poor person thing. New York parks are open? Oh yeah, New Jersey's are closed. What's the deal with that? So people from New Jersey are going to go over to New York now. That's his argument, that they're going to go somewhere else. If their parks are closed, they're going to go somewhere else. That's the political answer. That, a real answer would be, the people will get mad that their parks are closed, but these other people's parks are not. So they're going to go invade those other parks. And those open parks may tend to be wealthy, affluent areas. And so that's something. That's whatever they say, the stratification, social stratification. So I'm not so scared about the outdoors. Who's scared of the outdoors? I mean, you can't disinfect nature. So why fight it? Take off your mask when you're out. It's like being in the military. You keep your hat on outdoors, take your hat off when you're indoors. All right? Just like wearing a mask. Wear your mask outdoors. Take it off, or I mean, wear your don't wear your mask outdoors. Keep it on indoors. So I'm but I'm not even concerned about the indoors so much anyway. And I keep pretty much a social distance. That there's not a lot of people around here anyway. This is a pretty wide open area. I can just spread out a little bit more. Um, yeah, the Earth is not going to be here forever. So the zinc chain was originally bought for one primary use, and then I realized I can use it uh, for some suspension training, and I made some videos of that where I played around with attaching it to the end of a picnic table, and with these I got 3 of these now, these little things. One end to the picnic table, the other end to the weight. So I'll hold the weight and then lean against the picnic table with the chain. So it offers. Oh, I tied a knot. That's possible. I tied a knot with a chain. I guess yeah, that would be possible. All right. So one end to the other. So you can actually do suspension training with a 45-pound plate. The 45, I'm too weak to show it. But you resist like I'm a dog trying to get loose. I'm resisting against the picnic table with holding my 45-pound weight. And then I realized the new customized sprinters, they get 200,000 miles. $1 per mile. I'm able to resist. I'm not just doing an up and down movement, just holding a 45-pound plate, doing curls with just gravity straight up and down as my challenge. I'm now able to resist with the suspension training, and it's more of a ground, the lower part of the picnic table part, and then I'm holding it up. So I'm pulling against it like I'm trying to slow down some horses or something, and I get a very different feel in the workout, and I enjoy that. It's like an excellent bicep workout that it really shocked my biceps. I like the feel, shocked my back a little bit. Yeah, I like the feel. It's not quite straight up and down, and so it's changed the dynamic of my workouts by being able to do that. Use a point where what do they call it? An anchor point to pull against. I always love a good anchor point. Although I can't, yeah, Sprinter van. Yeah, I definitely don't have any room for my left arm. I was actually getting shoulder problems because I can't move this left arm. I was actually getting a lot of pain, but now that I've been getting more into working out, it's not bad. If I had a fly like buzzing in front of my face and I wanted to swat it with my left hand, it would hurt. I'd be like, ah, and I'd be too weak to even hit the fly because of the shoulder issues I've been developing with this left side. I can reach all around my right side. I'm constantly looking to my right and twisting my back. I got full range of this arm, but not my left arm sitting in here. But I've been able to weightlift a little bit more and straighten out, balance out the strength imbalances, which tend to focus more on my right. And they're pretty even now. So I worked out pretty hard 2 days ago just because I enjoyed the workout. And I was already kind of, I think, a little tired. So I worked out kind of tired 2 days ago, enjoying that and shocking the muscles. And then, yeah, on the look, okay, be on the lookout for a van. And yeah, I just enjoyed the workout. Did some triceps overhead against the chain. I put the 45-pound plate over my head, and not just it's not just a matter of pushing straight up with the 45 by itself. I lean in and then push against the picnic table, which, okay, I'll admit the picnic table does give a little bit. It did move. It's a big picnic table, but it moves. So I need anchor points that are more solid in state. And I was able to really get a tricep workout that's a little more of a challenge than just what the 45 pounds can provide. The 45s are just like an added, yeah, we'll play the right, you got to have the right music for the right activity. And yeah, there's no grackles so much in this. There's very few grackles in this area. It's really sad, but there's more of the other birds. If I could catch them, I can zoom in on this camera. If any like happen to come right next to my car, I'll switch to the forward, and then I can zoom in. So there's that. Oh, try to zoom in on those because I don't know the names of those weird V-shaped tail birds that have a different sound. There's more birds, more of a variety of birds. Oh, that show, yeah. This is my neck warmer. So if there's any of those other birds, those weird birds I don't know the names of, I'll try to quickly get the camera on them. In fact, I can practice right now. Okay, this is a scenery issue. All right, let's say, okay, whoa, there's a bird there. Let's get it quick before it moves away too quick. All right. Oh, no, I got to hit this twice constantly. All right, then you zoom in. Boom. All right, I think I'm zoomed out. It doesn't really show. Okay. So that's a little practice there. You got to do camera practice for these very fast issues that come up. Like when I couldn't catch that bicycle thief fast enough. You gotta like practice, like it's like gun practice. You practice with it's got to be like the camera has to be instinctually a part of your body if you want to catch those quick moments early on fast enough, and you got to be thinking about it. It's got to be like an extension of your body, the camera. I can't always keep the camera on, of course. So there's that. So, oh yeah, I look down and you can see the top. I'm like, how can you see the top? All right. The Pug Face Media said that. So I have overtrained the past 2 days, and I'm very tired because of it. In my arms, it's hard to lift them as much. I got the will. I want to work out. I want to do more curls and stuff, but my muscles feel so tired. So I have to give them a bit of a rest. And a big part of the reason is because I used the chain, attached it to the bottom of, I don't know if you have watch my channel. You have stuff on your channel, Heidi Ho? I haven't looked yet. There's just like, I've looked at, well, okay, I got to use a standard. I mean, when a person actually puts a picture and has a name that looks like it was thought out, it was kind of thought, unlike Dem63, who, there's no picture, the name looks like it was just like they sneezed on the keyboard. I wouldn't bother checking their channel. I wouldn't click through to their channel, because there's been so many times where I've checked and it's just nothing. But yeah, people who look like they put a thoughtful process into their channel and a picture for their profile, then yeah, they're more likely to put videos up. I don't know. Sometimes I just don't check everything. So yeah, this chain has elevated my exercise to a higher level. I was just simply curling 45 and going back and forth between the 45 and the 25 and enjoying that. But that's my re-beginner. I'm starting all over again, and these are my new habits, and it's good for a few weeks. But then birds. I don't know what those scissor tail birds are. Grackles are very distinct. Grackles love to hang out in groups. You type my name and search, you get a Todd Still is a rapper who's still alive. Um, so the chain it feels I get into a bit of a mindset too when I attach one end of the chain to a anchor point, like, well, the picnic table, and then play with the other end lifting. I feel kind of like a dog, or somebody who's I'm actually chained up and I'm trying to get free, trying to escape. It's a very different experience, compared to using a strap. This is just an example. If I attached a strap to the bottom of a picnic table and then to my weights and use that as an anchor point, it wouldn't it wouldn't uh it wouldn't be the same. Using a chain actually elevates my motivation to exercise. Not only is it heavy, I mean, I'm sure everybody knows about the benefits of chain workouts. I think I could show it. Where when you lift it up higher and higher, it gets heavier and heavier because you're pulling it off the ground. So if I had a really super thick chain, it'd be like I don't know, whatever the chain weighs. It would gradually get heavier the higher I lift it up. And you just can't get that same benefit with a strap. The straps are too lightweight. Are being made, yep. Well, I don't have any of those medical supplies or medications. So it's I don't know who's buying those, but it's not me. Oh, I see. Put chain around neck, attached to tree limb. Okay, 2401. He keeps changing his name. I'm sure that it's that one dude from Britain or whatever. He says he's too far to meet me. But the chain exercise is highly motivating. I almost would like to get another one of these chain just for the extra workout. Is there a Chinatown in Oklahoma City? I'm not sure. I just blew through Oklahoma City. I don't know what to expect there. Yeah, I don't know how to. You need to give me a link to your channel. I keep saying that. Um, I need to get a link to your channel. Well, okay, all right. I think, all right. I'll just remove him myself. He's gone. So he's gone. He's not gonna be able to answer now. All right. When it comes to threats, that's crazy. I mean, I'm more than happy to get into a fight with people, but I mean, I don't need to be I don't need to deal with sneak attacks. I'm training. I feel stronger. I don't want to get in fights, but that's a mind frame to get into to keep yourself motivated for a good extra workout. So lifting chains higher and higher with the strap, and just lifting the whole chain. I mean, pulling back against the picnic table. It's like my 45-pound weight becomes, well, adds this weight to it. Becomes a little heavier. But I'm pulling. I'm not lifting. I'm pulling. This isn't weight lift. This is weight pulling in a way. When I attach the weight to the end of the picnic table, and so I worked out extra hard 2 days ago, and then birds are great. I wish it'd be nice to have the extinct birds come back. Those are the ones that really would be interesting. Let's see. Yesterday I worked out pretty hard, and every exercise is wrong. Yesterday I pretty much did the same thing, so I got even more already tired 2 days ago, and then I worked out yesterday and extra tired, and now I'm just not able to lift my arms. I'm barely able. You gotta swing. I think the only reason they say you can't swing your weights is because it's a gym policy. It's only a safety policy for other people working out around you. They don't want you dropping their weights. So The swinging is an issue because it's a gym rule. They don't want you slamming the weight into their equipment and all of that into the mirror. I think they're more concerned, just like the government right now is more concerned about overflowing hospitals than our actual health. The government just doesn't want the hospitals to be overflowing. Yeah, it's a technique. Well, I'm not getting any issues. I'm not getting any injuries from swinging my weight. I think it's a great way to work out. That you should be telling people not to jump rope, don't run, don't do any jumping jacks, don't do any of those swinging exercise. Don't do plyometrics because it's not healthy for you. I don't agree with that at all. I think you need to be swinging and bouncing and jumping around and twirling. You need to do it all. It's not good for your back. My back is fine. You got to do different exercises. And like I said, time and time again, the picnic table fitness is one of the best back exercises you can do. And that's part of the reason why I'm tired today, because I did some picnic table fitness, hanging my torso over the end of a picnic table with my holding my 45-pound weight, doing the back exercises, getting my arm tired holding the 45 and working my back. And I didn't even use a cushion. I did not use a cushion. I normally like to use it, but sometimes I don't bring it. I did a picnic table fitness without a cushion holding a 45, and my hips felt fine. I had to adjust so the bone wasn't digging into the picnic table, my hip bones. You make the right adjustments, and you could do it. Yeah, I am out of shape. I agree. I think I could run a little bit more. I think I need that. I'm noticing when I run, I walked. I had to go to the bathroom. There's a porta potty not far, and it was raining. So well, I walked there, but I ran back to not get so wet, and I got winded quick. I don't have the conditioning needed. I need to, and that's the thing with weightlifting. It's like walking. You work up your left leg. You can work up your left leg too much, and you got to balance it out with the right leg. And I see that with weightlifting compared to aerobic exercise. I'm not getting enough aerobic exercise, and I need to be able to support my weightlifting with more aerobic. But there's no way I would start an aerobic program running and all of that by itself because that jars the joints too much. I've had problems with that. But now that I'm getting into weightlifting more, um, I need to find ways to get more aerobic exercise too. It's kind of helpful to lift light weights a lot. Do a lot of lightweight lifting for aerobic. That's what I've been kind of trying to do with my biceps. When I do the heavy lifting with the 45, one day, the next, I'll do the 25 with a lot of reps, and that's the way to get the blood flow to the biceps at least. Get the blood flow to the muscles to cycle through the destroyed muscle tissue so that can be built up better. Eat your guano. But I'll just say what inspired me yesterday to exercise, because I didn't exercise till the afternoon. I was tired. I was actually tired all day yesterday. I wasn't really able to work out until I decided to have more tomato sauce, cayenne pepper, and milk together. I had these together, and the whole box is empty. I pretty much consumed it all yesterday, and a large amount of cayenne pepper. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm a little hungry though. Let's consume this. I wanted to consume it yesterday. Finally got around to it, and I put a little garlic into it too. But I don't know about garlic. I don't know how best to consume it. I probably should have dried garlic, because starting from the fresh is not great to deal with. So I consume those, and I got a nice blood rush, because that's what cayenne does. That's what tomato sauce supports. And that's what milk makes it. Milk makes it all go down a lot nicer. My gut doesn't hurt. My gut is fine. I'm the videos that you're seeing that are being put out at 4 a.m. or a month ago. I think my gut's improving because normally when I would have cayenne pepper, by itself, I would force it down. I would choke cayenne pepper down by itself. It would hurt my guts. It would be really tough on my gut. Mosquitoes don't like garlic. Well, um, I'd rather just stick with using nets to prevent mosquitoes. Do you hold garlic against when you see a mosquito? You like hold the garlic while you're trying to swat it away. I don't know how that works. So I had this tomato sauce, and I recommend it to everybody. Tomato sauce with cayenne pepper and milk. Mix them to your taste. It's a quarter. When you put it in a cup, it's a little bit of. You just mix it to your taste. You'll find the right taste. It's yeah. I wonder, is it the tomato acid that reduces the cayenne pepper burn? I'm not sure. It's probably that's the lycopene. But tomato sauce does an excellent job working with cayenne pepper. And when you go to the Mexican sections of stores, they don't seem to support a lot of tomato stuff. It dehydrated tomato. Maybe dehydrated tomatoes don't work too well with dehydrated cayenne pepper. I don't know, but the Mexican sections in stores tend to focus a lot on the chili pepper stuff, the hot stuff, but no tomato sauce, no tomato supports. Tomato sauce stuff has its own section. Maybe they just assume that whenever people buy Mexican food, they'll gravitate over to the tomato variety section. I'm not sure, but they go great together. And I want to have a standard where I at least have this type of drink at least once a week, maybe twice a week. I'll have tomato sauce, cayenne pepper, and milk. One of the best drinks out there, easiest to make. You don't have to heat up anything. You enjoy those instantly. They're ready to go, and they get the blood going. I'll tell you what. I was tired before I had it. My muscles were just too sore to exercise, and then I have the drink, the special drink, and that woke up my muscles. It got the blood flowing right to my muscles. I'm like, yeah, I can do this. I can work out. So I did, and then I overtrained. And last night I could barely lift my arms, but and all that. I was extra tired. I slept extra long, but it's partly because it's cold out too. But also, I think I overtrained. So there's a couple of factors there. I got motivated to exercise because I got new exercises with the chain, with the pretty much like what you got with TRX and the suspension training. How about somebody should come out with a TRX with a chain? TRX, it should be called TRX chain instead of using these lightweight straps, these little straps. They feel, I mean, straps are okay as a change up, but a chain beats that. And I've been playing with different exercises with chain, and I'm enjoying it. I feel like a dog who's chained up, and I'm trying to get free. Guano, yeah, just feed your guano to the rats. Rats are fighting for territory in New York because of all the restaurant closures. So I'm recovering now, and if I did overtrain, I probably am not getting any stronger then. I may have pushed my limits too far, and they say that you can actually not make any gains, maybe even lose strength from overtraining my arms. Yeah, I could do other exercises, that's true. I was thinking sit-ups. I've been putting For sit-ups, I've been doing more sit-ups because I could do more back exercises off the picnic table. There's rats at school. Yeah, I'm sure the rodents are taking over more areas. Um, but I do sit-ups with the 45 on my chest. That's pretty decent. I need a pretty good cushion for that because the back side of my hips aren't in great shape. Irish and Indian Irish loved alcohol. Okay. Uh, yeah, there's definitely a digestion issue with that. I would like to see all distilled alcohols made illegal. If it's distilled, it's too heavily concentrated and it needs to go. It needs to be stopped. The chemists have gone too far and with too little regulation, and it caused a lot of issues with their extracts, all the things. I mean, there's chemists that they're so dirty that a chemist went so far to try to discover gold by human pee. Human pee? You know, I didn't quite get the details of that. He could have used 500 gallons of a variety of sources for pee, human pee, but he dehydrated down pee 500 gallons to see if he could discover gold, and he got phosphorus. But that's how far chemists will go. They don't have any boundaries. You actually have to put political boundaries up in front of them because they have no boundaries themselves. And the really dirty ones will market it. You've seen the TV show series out of what's it called? Chemists have no boundaries, and they don't need schooling. Chemists can be just somebody playing around with new ideas. They could be really smart people who just didn't really get degrees. You don't have to get a degree to be a chemist. There's people out there just playing around with mixtures all the time, pretending to be chemists. Sometimes they come up with some amazing things to really ruin people's lives, and it's too bad. You can't just focus on chemists. A spliff a day? Wow, really? Yeah, I don't know about smoking. I'm not really into smoking. I mean, I need to run. I need to clear out my lungs more than fill them up. People say their lungs get hungry and all that stuff. Got to feed your lungs, but I hate that feeling where I can't take deep breaths. Uh, and I normally can clear out my lungs if I run. If I do that, if I do pretty much running, and I haven't run in a long time, I know my lungs are coated with phlegm. To get that real deep breath feeling, it requires some good aerobic exercise. Good aerobic exercise. You need it. It's so important, and I'm not getting enough of it. And it's kind of difficult because I can't formulate a good plan to get aerobic exercise because I'm always concerned about people watching me and just, I don't know, if I act crazy trying to do aerobic stuff, getting crazy, because that's what aerobic exercise is about, is just wigging out, moving your arms and legs and like punching, like, what if I start punching the air for aerobic exercise in public? They're going to call the cops on me. It's hard to find good isolated spots. If I was in a van or if I had like a big RV, I'd be doing all my exercise in the RV, and I would be really enjoying that. Like when I like to just fantasize when I watch Nomadic Fanatics channel what it would be like for me. I wouldn't have any of the stuff he has. I'd clear out the whole RV and just commit it entirely to exercise stuff. Like as soon as I wake up in the morning, I have a bar over me and just start doing rows. But yeah, I think about that, being able to like punch the air and punch the cops. Yeah, but I gotta find cops for that. I'd like to do it, a few times a day. So I got to find a few cops a day. I like to do that for exercise because punching the air is one of the best aerobic exercises you could do. That's really got a lot of value. Punching the air, straight punching the air as fast as you can, really getting into it, taking a wide stance like you're a karate teacher. Great aerobic exercise, but unfortunately, it could get a lot of attention. I mean, people will start turning on their cameras, okay? Start calling the cops, turning on their cameras when they see that. And I don't like that kind of attention. Shadow boxing, whatever. Do some uppercuts, do some straight punches, some around the clock jabs, all of that stuff. And he wants people to send him money. Too shy to say no. I'm not asking for any money. I only made 200. I'm only making 200 this month because of advertising. You know how advertising is with downturns, with market downturns. Advertising is the first to go, and yeah, this is difficult. But I mean, I'm getting 1,200 from the government, and that's making up for it. So why should I be begging? I mean, enough people have, yeah, deadlifting. That's a good one. My car's got so much stuff in it; it'd be quite a challenge. Uh, I'm getting, yeah, I finally figured out what I did wrong on the application to get the 1,200, because you got to make less than $12,500 to qualify for just a straight up $1,200 check. And I only made 10,000 last year, so I easily qualified. And this 1,200 is a big jump is a big boost in my earnings. And I'll have to report it as earnings, but I don't think I'll go over 12,000 this year either. 2020 is going to be probably another less than $10,000, but I have to claim the 12,000, the 1,200. But I don't think that 1,200 is going to put me above 10,000 or even 12,500, which the government said homeless people are wild people for sure. I agree. Um, you're living in the wild. You're living in the elements, hiding blankets behind bushes. Uh, I'm getting the amount. It's just a little boost, but wildlings. All right, yeah, wild people, wildlings, and homeless people qualify for this money too. So that's a nice boost for the homeless. You got to wonder what they'll do with it exactly. Um, it's it's like China probably likes that, shipping all those needles over from the to the coast. Let's, we'll see. But the 1,200 is just, it's going to be common money. I'm not planning on buying anything special with the 1,200. Yeah, that's really good. You know, 850 a month is really good. That's that's definitely livable. But you're paying rent with that. Do you need to have a house to qualify for SSI? Probably not. You could get SSI and still be homeless, I'm sure. Um, and that'd be a good savings. Um, but yeah, the 1,200 just pretty much going to catfish, because catfish is like almost $10 a pound. So I'm spending extra money on catfish now, cooking catfish. So a roof tent, yeah, and it'll crash through my my I don't even know I haven't used this in a while. Sunroof, because it shows you're not being caged. Being caged every so often, like working out with this chain, being chained down, it gives you a different kind of motivation. Just as long as you're not, caged up for life. Every so often, if you get caught in a hole or something, or you're in a tough spot, every so often it changes your perspective, makes you appreciate life a little bit. Being constantly free, might drive people a little nutty. You want some structure. Routine is something that chains you down. And I sort of get in a routine. I try to make coffee every day, but the past 2 days I really haven't craved coffee. Free Wi-Fi for all is impossible. That's I mean, with the claims that the Wi-Fi managers uh, have made, Wi-Fi managers have really found issues with just offering free Wi-Fi in public areas, um, with illegal downloading and all of this of movies, illegal downloading of movies, or spying, tapping into the intranet, the local network, and hacking their computers through the Wi-Fi. They're so worried about that they're never going to offer free Wi-Fi, because I think that hackers are going to use the free Wi-Fi to hack into their computers and take everything over. So free Wi-Fi is never going to happen. It's just not possible. So I'm overtraining. I've overtrained. I can't work out today. I'm tired. So I need to move around though. I still need to do something. Some walking, I guess, is the best thing I can do. Uh, Lemon water. I don't know. It's lemon water's okay. I don't have it a lot. Um, I think I have something that um, tomato sauce. That's right. I do tomato sauce. Tomato sauce is a good substitute to lemon water. Yeah, that's some fancy talking there. Cucumber water, ginger. I do the ginger every so often. I'll cook ginger, fresh ginger in with some carrots or even green beans. Cook some fresh ginger discs with carrots or green beans. Carrot water, the carrot water when you boil carrots with ginger is a great drink. Tastes great. Plus, if you cook catfish over that, the catfish oil gets into it. So you got that combination, a drink with catfish oil, carrot juice, and ginger juice. That's a great drink. I enjoy that one. I had that not too long ago. But I bought some chicken. Well, okay, I got peanuts. Bought some chicken, and it's supposed to get up to 55 today, so I guess I'll wait till it gets more midday, and then I'll do some cooking. 55 today. It's a little too chilly to cook right now, as much as I'd like to. It's a little too chilly, but it could get windy. It's so crazy. The cold, they start warming up and they get extra windy. But I got some chicken breasts I want to cook, and then I'm gonna steam them. I'm gonna steam the chicken breasts over and then boil these. Should I do it the other? What's the best way to do it? Which is better? Do I boil these and steam the chicken breasts, or boil the chicken breasts and steam the vegetables? I should probably boil the chicken breasts and steam the vegetables, right? That's probably the better way to do it, because chicken will take more effort to cook than vegetables. You can practically eat vegetables raw. Got to think about that every so often. But I would if it comes to when I cook potatoes and catfish. Yeah, always steam. They're not the steamable. Well, but they're still steamable. Yeah, I should cook the chicken and steam the vegetable. I just realized that. So, but what do you do with catfish? But what about if it's catfish and potatoes? Like, what I've been doing is steaming the catfish and boiling the potatoes. I keep the potatoes in the whole form so that it take longer to cook them. If you cut them up, then I was gonna show them, but I won't. If you cut them up, then the potatoes take less time. Between catfish and chicken, I'll steam the catfish and boil the potatoes Or with this setup, I'll steam the vegetables instead. No, I'm not gonna cook them separately. I only have the one burner. I got burglarized in Albuquerque, New Mexico of my double burner. I like that. I was cooking out the back of the car with that thing, and now that I got a bicycle rack on there, it's more difficult to cook out the back of the car. But with this, but with 501 times I'm showing this. With this, I just cook in the front seat, but I can only use one pot at a time. I want to be able to cook everything at once. That's the ideals. Yeah, common sense. You got to cook with the weather, with the outdoor weather conditions, because if it's going to be too cold, you want to wait till midday to cook. Hot weather is the most ideal uh, conditions to cook in, because it everything's all warmed up. It's prepped in a hot car. In 90, say in 90-degree weather, a nice hot car is a great prep for starting some cooking. Um, Everything is all nicely warmed up, so you don't use as much gas to warm things up. At this With this temperature, it's probably only in the 40s outside. I gotta warm everything up from the 40s, and then cook. And these propane heaters, these propane tanks. You've run out of comments. Well, you don't need to comment too really anyway. It's that's fine. A Foreman grill. I used to have a Foreman grill. The electric one. Yeah, I got a Foreman grill in the back of the car, but I need access to electricity for that, and there's no way I'm drawing electricity from my car. That's not an option. Electrical cooking is not something that you do from your car, only if you have access to an outdoor outlet. And even then, man, I get kind of nervous because I go to different places and I use different electrical outlets, freeloading off of electrical outlets, and I don't want to blow their fuse. I get nervous about that. Uh, I don't want to blow out fuses, so I try to keep it as low as possible when I use an electrical outlet. No problems when I charge batteries, use my laptop, but when it comes to cooking, I don't like with one of my burners. I could jack. I was at a library, I think it was Zapata, Texas. I could cook. I could plug into the uh, outdoor outlet of the library in Zapata, and I jacked up the um, the heat all the way, and I blew their fuse. It just the electricity died. I blew the fuse, and I don't want to do that. I want to keep the electrical usage down as much as possible. Cooking takes up a lot of electricity in a short period of time. Um, Man-made tornadoes. That's the thing. Now I'll just respond to James. Yeah, I got a direct deposit, so it's working out. It'll be quickly on its way. I don't have to have any checks sent to an address. It's pretty nice. But with the downturn of the economy, I ran north of Oklahoma City in a mad dash to escape the heat of Texas, thinking that it's probably just going to get worse. And I come up here and now I'm freezing for the past couple of weeks. Reduced carbon emissions from cars and burning of fossil fuels and all that. Has there been so much of a reduction? Yeah, that's the immune system with overtraining. That's one big concern for me. That's why I'm trying not to overtrain. I could probably be worse. Um, but it's like, is there a cold spell now because of the reduction of activity of the economic activity? I wonder about that. That would be crazy if Trump really was able to manipulate the weather so much, or really able to manipulate the weather by just telling people to stay in their homes for these past few weeks. has he been able to create this global cooling phenomena? I don't understand. Sudden cease of activity has cooled the globe. Is that possible? Is that for real? That'd be quite amazing. I mean, people say, I don't know who exactly it is, that the beat of the mosquito wing can influence the environment in some way. And I'll have to say, I have never really felt any direct contact of by the beats of mosquito wings, unless it's like hundreds and hundreds of mosquitoes flying around me. You can hear them. It's kind of annoying. I don't know how that affects the environment so much. They're trying to kill me, suck all my blood out, kill me. That could affect the environment if they can group up on living animals and take them out. Uh, Sunflower Sky always promises to email me, and she never does. All right, you got to take with what she says with the grain. He or she, I don't know which, what they say with a grain of salt. Race Lake's jacking up. Yeah, it's going to be going up in temperature around here again. I don't know what to think of it. I was like, for the past couple of weeks, I was like plotting how where I'm going to go north of here if it gets too hot. And the weather's been really cold, so I've just been sticking around. It's no big deal. Um, just been sticking around here because of this cold weather. I'm not going further south, not until the winter comes. I want to focus on just going north. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's on a lot of people's minds, no doubt. People have a lot of time to think about this stuff. I've found so many thoughts, similar thoughts, things that I thought were maybe like kind of odd. I found so many things that I thought of that were odd thoughts that other people share on the internet. It's just a matter of hearing or reading those thoughts from other people as well to confirm what you've been thinking. Like, I would like to see people start spreading a rumor that the government is open. Say the shutdown is over, the government's open. Where are the people to start spreading that rumor? We've already got the protests now in Michigan and maybe Wisconsin. The people are protesting on the street against against the lockdowns in Michigan, which I wonder, without really knowing Michigan too well, because the only time I was in Michigan was when I was 6 years old, and I'd like to go back to check it out. But I'm got the feeling that they're almost like Portland, Oregon, in craziness in their views because of all the being east of the coast. Not, I mean, this is the Great Lakes coast, not the ocean coast. But I wonder how similar Michigan is to Oregon and Washington, and especially on how their personalities are, how they think. So I think there might be a lot of similarity there. There's a rally in Austin. You know, crazy. Oh, a rally against being locked down. Texas has gone too extreme. As warm as it gets. King 9 is in Ann Arbor. Okay. Um, yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, the people are protesting. That's gonna wake up the leaders because the leaders' rationale for shutting down the government, especially listening to the New Jersey governor talk to Tucker Carlson yesterday, it's just amazing uh, how he's rationalizing why he needs to even take further steps to lock down uh, people in their homes, arresting people in the parks. I mean, geez, it's just crazy how they're going after nature. All right, I I would I would be I'm very concerned about how he's trying to control nature, how he's trying to control the outdoors the same way he's trying to control the indoors. And I would want to make a clear difference in infection issues between outdoors and indoors. I think infections, I think house indoors tends to be more dirty, and that needs to be cleaned. Need to clean the air and the surfaces indoors more than worrying about what's going on outdoors. Is social distancing outdoors every is 6 feet social distancing, 6 feet minimum, as important outdoors as it is indoors? I think a lot of rules can be relaxed outdoors compared to indoors. Um, it's just and they're treating it all the same. They're treating everything uh, the same. All surfaces. Plastic is equal to copper for surfaces. Indoors is equal to outdoors. Um, and just wear a mask. All masks are the same too. Um, there's people who are making. I saw this one on 9gag. There's this like joke of a lady made this beaded mask. She's like, oh, people are complaining that they can't breathe through their masks as easy, so I made this one with bigger holes, and she put beads and stuff so they can breathe easier. What's the purpose of that? It's not gonna help with anything. It's like some people think all masks are equal. Some people think outdoors is the same as indoors. Some people think surfaces are all the same. Some people think even everybody's health is the same on the same level too. All right? There's some people who are just more prone to sickness than others. So this is like it's catering to the lowest common denominator. And it's like with teachers having to appease to the most sensitive students, and you can't appease to everybody. Sometimes the sensitive students just gotta have to deal with it, learn to deal with it, and we're not doing that at all with this hypersensitive culture. It's crazy. There's got to be some elements of risk, some elements of tolerance for the sensitive. Learn how to. You're not helping people by catering to them, by babying them. They got to learn how to change their ways, improve themselves a little bit. Like farmers, you can't save every farmer. Some farmers just don't get it. Some farmers just don't care. They just get into it with no training, no good instincts, and screw up, and then expect a bailout. And it's like you can't cater to those types of failures. Failures fail. Like even with the airline industry, is it failing? If it is, let it naturally fail. I don't fly. What do I care? They'll build themselves back up, take out gut out the things that don't work in the airline industry, and build themselves back up stronger instead of bailing them out. What I'm hearing, what Trump wants to do, and Obama did with the auto industry, bailing out failed cars. You could have improved the bicycle community. Instead, you bail out the car community, and not let it fail, and then let people sit back and question what wasn't working. Why did we fail? You put a little fire on their feet to get them motivated to think through. That's what's working for me a little bit. Living such a poor lifestyle, I have to abandon so much. Think about what can I live without? Like I can live without taking a shower every day because that's what I have to do. It's not my God given. It's not a human right to take a shower. Although the way Bernie Sanders was talking, and I'll just say that he's gone, so whatever. It's just not that big of a difference now. The way he was thinking. Oh, I just lost my train of thought. I was on a roll there, wasn't I? You just a human right is Bernie Sanders was long complaining that a human right was hospitals being able to see a doctor. That's the human right. That's it. That's where it ends. That's where it begins and ends. And I don't agree. I don't think that's the right way to think about health. That we should have a human right to visit a doctor. Like we got to put all our problems on a doctor. In my opinion, a human right is having gym access, having a nationalized gym, almost like what Planet Fitness is like. We're just all gyms be a national thing rather than in a right, or at least workout areas, not so much gyms, outdoor, indoor places where people can freely just um, expend large amounts of energy working their muscles. Have that as a human right and not hospitals. People really don't seem to like exercise, but they certainly like having doctors poke and prod them and cut them open and feed them pills. They certainly like that. So the politicians try to appease to those people, but you say, oh, exercise should be a human right. Exercise stations should be a human right, not just hospitals. And people will scoff at that. Um, yeah, pre um, just working on your health in advance of disease rather than not working on your health and not working on that instead of just making the human right access to doctors, all doctors and all that. It's just ridiculous. And you look at other countries. If I could travel around, I'm sure I'll find some very interesting things that the U.S. has just totally disregarded as a part of the culture that other countries are successful at. Like I've seen this one amazing video that really gets my interest in Ukraine. There's this video of people just in this outdoor workout area, just freely coming and going, working out. They got weights and a nice little roof over the some part of the workout area so you can work out in some shade in Ukraine. And it's just like it's just some area that people could use for free and enjoy. And they have like pull-up bars, people doing all these weird tricks with the pull-up bars showing their upper body strength in the Ukraine. And it's just amazing. And that's a part of their culture. And these people are healthy looking people, and they have access to all this exercise stuff that they're motivated to go out and use. And you don't find that in America. There was a short, brief period of time in America. I think when the baby boomers are young and vibrant and full of energy, that brief period of time in the early 70s, 19 areas and places you could stop and exercise or whatever in places. I seen it in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. Pull-up bars and these angled jump bar things and various like stations, workout stations when you run in this circle or whatever. I think there was a movement for that, and it was a very brief period of time. And I think it was just when the baby boomers were younger or something. But all that got dug up. The pull-up bars got pulled, and I was actually using those pull-up bars in the 90s when I was a kid. I'd go on bicycle rides, stop at that pull-up bar, and do some lifts or just hang and stretch, whatever. I enjoyed stopping at the pull-up bars and using them every so often. It was nice. It was kind of almost a destination I would seek out. But they pulled them, and then it took about 10 years later, or 15 years maybe, when frisbee golf started getting popular. They replaced that landscape with frisbee golf stuff. So instead of all these workout stations, we got frisbee golf stuff. Frisbee golf replacing exercise stations. It's so sad. You see these obese younger people using frisbee golf, and I don't get into that type of sport so much. I never, maybe I could. I don't know, but it just doesn't seem rewarding for exercise when I'm seeking out ways to tire my physicality out. I mean, I'm not trying to complain about my overtraining. I enjoy it because it's so much more satisfying to overtrain than to undertrain. But I mean, there are the downsides with overtraining, of course. But You know, if I don't put on any extra muscle because of my overtraining, I can live with that. That's fine. It's much better than undertraining, sitting around not doing anything, because that's tough to deal with. It's tough to deal with just the problems I get from the lack of exercise, the digestion issues and circulatory issues, my heart feeling like it's failing, all of that from sitting around. I can't stand it. Being able to just sit around now from the and rest from overtraining feels so much more rewarding. So sleep sitting out. Sometimes I do sleep in a slanted angle. It's not very nice. Every night I sleep with my feet overhanging the end of my car seat, and that's not comfortable. Okay, I'm putting the pressure on my calves. It's not comfortable, but I got to deal with it. You know, I just something you got to deal with. I get tired enough. You get tired enough, you can sleep through anything. So that's just how it works. Sometimes I can get, who's a spammer? Sometimes I can get comfortable, bring my knees up a little bit, but then this stupid console, and I made a slight video of that. This console thing, I had a big console right here. I removed it down to its bare bones, but this thing's still here, and I can't move around a lot with that. I got a very narrow bed, so the non-human controllers. There's a death cult ritual. Okay, is Lisa the spammer? I can't tell. So this is my vlog on overtraining, and it's a cool day. It still hasn't really warmed up much because the cloudiness. Oh, Mike Bond's the spammer. Okay. All right. Ad Astra. Explain how they filmed it in desert behind LA. All right. I don't know. Is Mike Bond a spammer? Oh, Lisa claims to be the spammer. All right. Watching. Yeah. Lisa's not in touch with reality. Yeah, I'm losing touch with reality by just sitting around this area, not doing much. The only way I'm getting in touch with reality a little bit is through YouTube videos, and that's not really something to brag about. Being able to get out around and travel around and stuff is the best way to get in touch with reality. At least I'm outdoors in a way, sort of. Just got the car door blocking my way. So you've been a sub a long time. Yeah, they don't really, the YouTube doesn't have a way to show you the length of time for subs and all that. That's something like I could check. I could do like Twitch. I think I could do videos where I just talk at Twitch, and I think the chats are a little more interactive, a little more fun, because I can actually create weird rules or something. I could create a currency for chats on Twitch. I haven't played it that much. I don't really like doing live streams a lot anyway, but that's something that's interesting. I've been watching some Hearthstone streamers make use of this currency that you can use on Twitch, where you can block somebody and somebody can counter block that person, and it's a bit of a game. Somebody could claim I could like somebody could spend a hundred chain points. I don't know, 100 chain points, and say I'm going to spend 100 chain points to block Lisa, and then Mike comes in and says I want to counter block that. I'll spend 100 chain points to counter block that attempt to block Lisa, and that's like a temporary block for 15 minutes or something like that, something weird. It's kind of fun to listen to with some of these streamers on Twitch. Some are really making a fun game out of it. But I'm watching it through YouTube. I'm not seeing how it progresses on the Twitch. I haven't really. Twitch is for tweakers. Yeah, for those video game tweakers. And if you go on to Reddit, you go to the small YouTube channel. There's like let's see, a group that's called like small YouTubers, and people are trying to advertise their channels. Like 80% of the people trying to advertise their channels on Reddit, on that what Reddit channel, 80% of those people who are trying to make a name for themselves on YouTube are gamers. These little kid gamers trying to show just be cool with the game they're playing, whatever it is. A lot of times it's a shoot 'em up game. So yeah, it's interesting how people are trying to make it. I should be playing a game while doing this too. It's might make things more interesting. There needs to be more of a game to the interaction, and not just talk, and not especially not interact with um this space hoax. Um, Yeah, NASA. I haven't heard much of NASA in the news. I'm sure there. Well, who knows what's going on? People say that with all the social distancing, we're more trained to go to Mars now, or something. So, all right, I think this is probably good. I'd like to get back to watching some videos. I'm sure there's some interesting YouTube videos that have come out in the past hour or so. SpaceX can make a rocket land vertically, haven't they? I'm pretty sure that we've seen that on video now. Or is that Elon Musk who's made that? Remember? Oh, okay, yeah. There's controversy about things we can't verify ourselves in person. I cannot verify that I was born, so it might be a hoax. My birth might be a hoax because I can't verify it in person. Um, yeah, social distancing has changed personalities for sure. I'm mean. I'm a mean person before I was a mean person before social distancing myself. So, um, okay. Yeah, yeah. All right. I think I'm gonna stop this here and for myself and yeah. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.